Oh, we need a bigger view for this. Oh, that actually looks really weird on camera. Cool. So, I'm in the 197, as you can hopefully tell already. But mainly because one cannot. Wow. I've sort of started a video anyway that was supposed to be for this weekend just gone. But I don't really want to start it yet. I know I need to crank it over, get the oil going up, because I spoke to Aaron again, the Clio guru. Not good. And yeah, he's helping me out a little bit, but I want to do that this weekend when I've got a whole day off. Hopefully the weather's nice, so I can start the car and can move it out. I want to get the rest of the carpets out from getting underneath the car and taking the seat rails out, and I'll just attach them to the seats that are inside. But yeah, I want to work on the 182, but I think I'm going to leave that for this weekend. I think. Oh, see, that's one of my points coming up in a minute, and again. Oh, that warmed up. That's a great example. We're going to do a little video on the 107 today just to get it out. It'll probably be out Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to try my best. Go on, sunshine, keep coming. But yeah, we're just going to try our best to get this one and edit it nice and fast and make a nice easy video for you guys. Yeah, we're just going to do the 5 or maybe 6, I don't know how many points I got. Things I don't like about the 197. Obviously I'm getting rid of it soon. Doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just that I can't afford to keep both, and the 182 is a more sensible option for me. So obviously I've done the positives about the 197, so now we're just going to do some negatives. We're going to do some that are in comparison to the 182, but we're also going to do some that are just 197s in general, and then we're going to do some that link to this 197 itself. So we're going to do a bit of a varied things I don't like, because I think it's quite good to give like a honest overall opinion and help you guys get some more information on the 197 if you don't know anything about them. See the kangaroos again, shall we? It's still quite cold, we're warming up. Better. Okay, so point number 1, we're going to start with this Clio itself. Perfect time for it right now. Now we've warmed up. Is how noisy this exhaust is. I know a lot of you will say it's not a con, but I did quite a long journey to watch Bristol City play against Fulham the other day, and don't know what it is when you're sat at 60 to 70 and you're just slowly accelerating, say up a hill, it just feels a bit like so it's like a positive and a negative. The drone gets me sometimes. Point that links to the 197, and when you have a sort of custom exhaust on it. In 6th gear at 60, I'm doing just under 3,000 revs, and this is sort of how noisy it gets. Obviously you go up to 70, you're about, well, just under 3.5, and that's when it really does it's at that point where it just, yeah, drone's a bit too much. Sorry to drag that one on, but that's the point I want to get across, is that when you get a custom exhaust on this, even though you've got 6 gears, 5th now at 60 is about 3,250,000 revs. So it only takes, what, 300 off. And it's just not enough. 6 gear needs to be proper for cruising. Well, that's my opinion anyway. Obviously the second one, I've mentioned it quickly, you saw it at the start of the video, is the car kangarooing, so I'll show that again. See, that's one of my points coming up in a minute, and again. Oh. And yeah, it's just one of those things that when it's cold, this one's had a remap as well. I got on paper, I could prove it and all that jazz, but it still hasn't got rid of that cold. As soon as I start up, if I drive away, obviously, I don't drive away quick, but if you try and pull away fast, the car will judder. Then you change gear, and that will make a difference. It will still judder. Apparently, it's to do with the map sensor. which obviously recently that I've changed, but you can get a bracket for it, which helps you out apparently. But it's just one of those things you got to deal with. Maps are supposed to get out, supposed to get it away. Like I said, it's not too bad on this car, but that was a perfect example right then that this car still does do it. The kangaroo is still there, but that's one thing with any 197, you'll get kangarooing when it's cold. Talking of other 197 issues, the classic Renault thing is number 3. It is to do with the plastics. This is exactly the same as what I said about my 182 as well, is that all the plastics rattle like crazy, and it just gets really irritating. It's better now because I've taken a few of the plastics off back here, mainly back in the passenger seat to the back as well, but you get that, just that plastic rattling as you go along, and yeah, it just bugs me a little bit. So I've taken them off. You put like double-sided sticky tape on, things like that, it takes it away, but there's still the odd rattle that appears every now and then, and that is a con for me, because yes, I suppose you can sort it out easy, but it's just one of them things. Let's say point number 3 was like a cheap interior. It is all a bit plastic, it is all a bit cheap, but I don't know which interior I like more, the 197s or the 182s. I think it's the 182s just because I'm so used to it. All the sort of heater options in the 197, it just seems like a bit of a faff. It seems a bit too much to change things. I just want to turn it up or turn it down. It might just be me. Like I said, I'm just used to the 182. So the next one I want to talk about, point number 4, is the miles per gallon. This is in comparison to the 182, so that led on nicely as well. The 182's miles per gallon is about, I don't know, say 5 to 8 miles per gallon better than the 197 from my experience from driving this car. Because at the moment, currently, from sort of doing sharp journeys, some long ones, some short ones, I'm doing bang on 30 miles per gallon, so that's quite cool. So just sorted all those little bits out, did a bit of filming on the interior and that just before it gets dark, so I can start editing this video tonight. I know it's a little bit rushed, but just like my life. So we're moving on, 2 more points, 5 and 6. Point number 5 is a big one for obviously 197s, 182s. It just seems to be a Renault thing. It seems to be the Mark IV as well, to begin with its flappy gearbox, the first sort of models, is the gearbox. The gearbox likes to go on these because they're like made of chocolate. So if you are looking at buying one, that is one massive thing. Everyone will tell you it. If you looked into it enough, you should know to look for it. There's obviously the gearbox crunching. This one has had a gearbox replacement about 3-4 years ago. There he is, checking it out. I think it's 4 years ago. I think it was 2016, sort of midway through. But yeah, that's something that's massive. That is a massive con because obviously it's loads of money. Yes, the cars are getting old, that's probably why, but you just got to watch out for that. And another thing to link to this point, that the 197s can, well, there seems to be reoccurring on this car alone, it's like a steering knock. You guys in the comments might be able to specify on this a little bit more because I haven't properly looked into it. I know, probably. I apologise. I should probably know. But so to do with the steering rack or something like that, it makes a knock. This one does it, which I will be putting obviously in the ad when I come to sell it. This one does it once when you go to pull away, and it doesn't ever seem to do it again. Every now and then. So if I turn right to get out of a parking space, obviously if I've left it there overnight, etc., it will make a knock and then it won't ever do it again. So I think that might be a steering rack issue, but it's common for these cars when they're stationary. One, obviously there's a bit more grip on the wheels, it's harder for the wheels to turn, that's when it makes that knock. And they're the 2 things you really want to look out for. The sun is setting now, so hopefully you can still see me. And the very last point, hopefully you guys can still see me because it is getting a little bit darker, but we're on our way back. And the very last point, which once again this also links to the 182 in a bit of a comparison, but is another con as it was for my 182 video as well, is the steering wheel peeling and the seat wearing pretty much. It's obviously normally the driver's side because that's what's getting used 100% of the time you're driving and getting in, getting out. It obviously wears on the right hand side. It just splits and shows up. I like this bit through here. But yeah, upholstery wear is a car. I think I've seen a couple of cars and they make a massive point out of it if it isn't split, like, oh my god, look at the interior, it's amazing, when they're trying to sell their car, which it is. It is an achievement in life if your upholstery isn't splitting. But the steering wheel has the same thing. It sort of it peels. It doesn't really melt. The 182 steering wheel melts, and obviously it gets that horrible feeling all over. But this steering wheel seems to peel, and if you haven't noticed already, my little red stitched, don't even know what you would call it, in the centre of the steering wheel. Oh, what's it called? I don't know. The little red thing that's stitched around the middle has just come off. I think that's obviously just due to old age because it is only a stitch. But I don't think that was easy to stitch back in. But I am not an upholsterer, so I will not be doing that. Yeah, that's the very last point. Other than that, I can't think of any other negatives. Like I said, it was 6 points, but a few of them were squeezed, so maybe about 8, just to treat you guys. But they're my cons about the 197. I can't really pick fault with anything else. I've done my pros: seating position, way it drives, gearbox, the way it handles, the way it looks. But yes, unfortunately my journey with the 197 is coming to an end, which is a little bit sad because I do like this car. But I'm hoping that when I get back in my 182, it's just going to be a beam of smiles and happiness, and I'll never go back, because obviously put a bit more money into it, got a few things coming up, big things for the 182. Wow, big things in respect to my channel anyway. See like a low boost turbo kit the other day for sale for £800. 800 quid! I was like, oh my god, if I wasn't in the bum life and earned some better money, which hopefully should be coming soon, I would have jumped on that like there's no tomorrow. But a low boost conversion would be cool, because I've spoken to quite a few people that have had them, and they say that they've been running for 3 years. It's been absolutely fine. Obviously it depends on what your engine is like anyway. As long as it's a good strong engine, it should be fine with all the stock internals. But yeah, you just got to make sure it's getting mapped and everything right. But damn, 800 quid. Woo. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is my 6 things that I do not like about the 197. And she is going soon. MOT and camp out coming up. But other than that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And next time, pray for me, because we should be on the 182 sorting that baby out. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Always remember to like the videos, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.